Breaking news just moments ago, a federal judge has just made a ruling on the case involving a Georgetown scholar arrested by ICE almost 2 months ago. I'm Scripps News Anna Rafferty, and this is On the Scene. Let's go straight out to legal affairs correspondent Abijoy Burnett. She is in Virginia right now. She was in that courtroom and was on hand to hear this ruling. Abijoy, what can you tell us?
Hey there, Andrew. Well, this federal district court judge ruled in favor of the attorneys who argued on behalf of Badar Khan Suri. He is an Indian national who lived here in Northern Virginia, and he was taken into custody more than 2 months ago, or just about 2 months ago. And today, this federal court judge ruled that he should be released from detention. He currently is being held in a facility in Texas. And this is a major win for the attorneys who made this argument on his behalf. Here is a backstory about Khan Suri. He is a Georgetown professor and scholar who's lived in the United States for quite some time. His wife is an American citizen, and he's lived in Northern Virginia along with their 3 children. But on March 17th, he was arrested in Northern Virginia. And today, his attorneys argued that he was only arrested because of statements that he's made in support of Gaza. They also believe he was arrested because of his wife's ties to Palestine. And because of that reason, they argue that that is a First Amendment violation and he should not be held in custody anymore. The attorneys for the government argued, though, that because Secretary of State Marco Rubio revoked his visa, that is enough reason for him to have remained in custody. And that's an argument that the judge rejected today, not too long ago. We were able to hear from his wife, who just spoke with members of the media, and here's what she told us.
Because I'm married to a Palestinian and because I spoke out against the genocide in Gaza, then I should wear it as a badge of honor. What I endure here is a drop in the ocean compared to the pain of the Palestinian who has been bombed, starved, and massacred for 585 days. Their suffering is lived every hour under skies buzzing with the drones over a ground full of rebels, while the world watch in silence. If standing with them is a crime, then I carry that guilt with pride.
So in similar cases in the past, in the recent past, just last week, we have heard a specific word from federal judges where they say someone needs to immediately be released. That is not something that I heard today. The attorneys told me when I asked them how soon could Mr. Khan Suri be released from that facility in Texas, they told me that they're waiting here to get additional details from the judge. They will not be leaving this federal courthouse here behind me. They also told me that he is very much aware of the ruling because there is an official who's there with him at that facility in Texas, and they have alerted him to this situation. So there's a possibility that we could get additional details later today on exactly when he will be released. Ramesa Oster, that Tufts University student who got a favorable ruling last week, she was released that same evening. So that is a possibility in this case, but we just have to wait to see exactly what happens. As for what's next, remember that there are still pending immigration proceedings against Mr. Khan Suri. Those proceedings will still be going on. That is not what was at issue today. What was at issue is whether he would be allowed to be released from custody, and he got a favorable ruling with regards to that. And then one more thing that I also wanted to mention is the fact that the government here, there is a possibility that they will be making an appeal to a federal appeals court to possibly reverse this decision. But all of that at this moment, Andrew, is still playing out.
All right, Scripps News legal affairs correspondent Abijoy Burnett for us. Thank you for that update. Another heavily watched case involving a higher degree of higher learning education institution and a potential deportation. Abijoy, thank you.